Hey y'all, what's going on? This is Jesse Bowes from the 19th hole. I've got the rookie pre-tournament refresher here for y'all. This is going to be holes 1 through 9 from previous tournaments that played these same holes. So hopefully y'all can watch this, get kind of an idea of what you need to be looking for this weekend as you practice for the tournament. So starting on hole number 1, I'm going to play this two different ways. First to the right side with the extra mile, and then we'll play the middle shot with the big topper. Both of these shots 10% downhill off the tee box. If you're going to play it to the right side, then you're going to be playing for a backbone or a Goliath shot for your second shot. You could also use a Saturn. And ball-wise, you don't need a power ball for the shot, so Quasar or Marlin would definitely be sufficient. All you're really trying to do is just get that shot up that fairway to a decent position where you can make this second shot to the hole. So for the second shot to the hole, you're playing it at 0% for your elevation change. And you're not going to use a whole lot of spin. You're just trying to kind of get that ball guide popping over the rough and bunker there, and just trying to let that roll do the work. So here we go. Especially with the side wind, you don't need a whole lot of spin. Headwind, you might need a little bit of top spin. But as you see, this one rolls down there nicely, and it rolls in for the eagle. 0% elevation on that second shot. It can be played with any kind of long iron that you like. Goliath, backbone, Saturn. Backbone's the most accurate, which is why I chose it. So this time around, you're going to see me play the same exact hole, except this time with big topper. With the big topper, it gives you the ability to go straight and go over the bunker and to the rough. You want that second bounce to hit in the rough and then roll out that way. This is a great hole to play this way if you have a nice tailwind. You do need a power 3 ball for this shot and a driver with a good amount of accuracy. So you really just see me kind of predicting my landing position on this shot. This is a max level adjustment with the big topper, so it's just about 1.6 rings in front of where my resting spot is. So we're just going to play it at that spot, no adjustment for the wind because this is pretty much a straight on shot. We're going to have a little bit of left curl to kind of counteract that left to right tailwind. You see we do hit it great, but we're still going to end up okay. As you see, that second bounce hits the rough and then rolls out, and that leaves you a nice little wedge chip to the hole. So for the second shot here, you're going to see me playing it with the wedge. I'm using the Firefly here. If you have, whatever wedge you use is definitely what you want to go with. You want that shot to come off that ridge, and you really just want to look for that nice little ball guide to the hole. Used a little bit of backspin there to kind of shorten up that ball guide with a nice little line into the hole. From here, right here, it's a very minimal adjustment. It really comes down to hitting the perfect shot, really, in the end. We played this at max range because we're right about max range for this shot. We do hit great to the left. You're going to see it comes in, really nice looking roll, but misses just straight to the left. So, alright, next hole here is hole number 2, par 3. This is a hole that we have only seen in the Meteo Open tournament. As you can see, this is from the Meteo Open tournament. Plus 20% is going to be our elevation for the drive. As far as club to use, you're looking at another long iron shot. Quasar ball would work well here. If you want to try to cut down on the wind a little bit more, then you could possibly go with the katana ball. As you see here, I have left to right headwind, so we're taking this shot pretty much at max distance, maybe a little bit more towards mid, dropping that shot back where I dropped it. But backspin and right spin. Probably used a little bit too much right spin on this shot. Keep in mind, though, this was the first time seeing this new course back when these holes were played, so we were still learning. Few less bars of right side spin probably would have been the better way to play this hole. But as you're going to see, speed-wise, it comes in pretty nicely. It was good speed, so with that type of wind, the spin, at least backspin-wise, was correct. All right, hole number 3 is next. This one is a long par 5, extra mile, big topper, are clubs to use, or the big dog for your second shot is definitely what you want to use. In this example, I'm using a Titan ball, and I'm just going to kind of blast this shot over the rough, trying to hit that little narrow area with topspin and left spin to try to get it as far up the fairway as possible. If you don't have as high of an extra mile as I do, this would definitely be a good spot to break out maybe a berserker ball. You know, as little as I do usually recommend a berserker ball in rookie, this would be a spot to use one of those free golden shot balls. It'll just allow you to get that shot much farther up the fairway and a little bit safer. So this is going to be a almost full overpower, not quite. A little bit of left curl, and as you see, we hit that little area and we do get the nice bounce up. The thing about this hole is the better your drive, the easier your second shot becomes. The farther back you are in that fairway, the harder your second shot becomes. And this is definitely one of those holes that's kind of, it's not a gimme hole for sure. Normally you'll be landing your shot somewhere in that area where I'm showing you, and you'll be playing that shot with topspin and right spin with the big dog. But if you can get farther up the fairway, you see, coupled with a power 3 or berserker ball, you can land the shot up into that next fairway section. So from here, we just use full backspin. It's really a tough shot to drop with the big dog, but I really do believe you need to have the big dog in rookie for sure. So play -5% for this shot right here. It is slightly uphill. We do hit great to the right, and this one's still going to come in pretty nicely and stop. It's going to give me a very easy putt for eagle. So I'm going to show you how to play this hole one more time, except we're going to play the skip over shot with the extra mile. So for this one right here, I've always played plus 20% on this tee shot downhill, and I've never had issues with it. So basically what we're doing is max top spin and left spin. We'd have a little bit of slight headwind on this shot, so we had to adjust towards the bunker. As you're going to see, we're going to get a nice kick here and a nice roll up the fairway. Now from this position right here, not quite as far as the first drive, it's going to leave me with a big dog shot where I have to kind of jump it over the rough towards the green. So we're still going to play this one at a -5%, but we do need some top spin and right spin here. As you can see, we're going to have to use some overpower with a left to right side wind. And we do hit it perfect, so this one should jump over nicely. That left to right slope should nicely push that ball to the right. And it puts us on the green for a putt, and that's the putt for the eagle. Alright, next hole here is hole number 4. This is a par 3, and this is another one of those holes that you've only seen in the Metro, or hole number 4. Plus 20% for this shot downhill. Either play this one with the long iron or a wood. If you're going to play it with a long iron, you're going to play it like I am showing here in this video. You want to find the flat landing zone, which means you have to land it farther back in the fairway, because the farther up you go, the bumpier it gets. So we use some top spin and right curl to kind of curl this shot around and up the green, and it's not a bad shot right there. So if you want to go for the rough bump, you'll be going with the Viper, or if you have a sniper, that would be a really good. This would be a really good hole for a sniper rough bump shot. Still playing plus 20%. I would definitely use at least a Quasar or even maybe a Katana ball for this rough bump. You want to knock down the wind, and then you also want that side spin for this shot. So you're going to see me playing my shot up into the rough area with the Quasar ball, and you're just going to use your top spin and left spin to get that ball guide there nicely centered with the hole. And if you want to play slight offset, you can, but it won't be much, only 2.7 wind here. So we're just going to play this one directly at the hole, line that one up towards the middle of the rough so that you're kind of great proof, trying to great left or great right shot. This shot's especially good if the wind is, blowing in the direction of the rough line. So we hit that one great. We still land in the middle, and we are going to end off to the right side because of that great ball, but definitely, you all get the idea of how the shot is played. Hole number 5 is next. Par 4, and we're going to be playing this one to the right side. This is definitely, in my opinion, more of a thorn hole, but you could use also a hornet as well. I like a quasar ball here. I do like the extra side spin for this shot, but you could go with a navigator or a marlin even on this hole. So we're just going to do a simple extra mile shot here. In the rookie, if you have higher level extra miles, it is possible to fly over the water and not skip it like I am. So definitely keep that in mind. That is a possibility for the rookies if you have a little bit higher level clubs. So we're skipping it over. This is going to be the most consistent play. And as you see, we kind of got a roll out there on a little bit of a glitch, but we still ended up pretty fortunate there. But definitely that is possible. I'm not sure if that is still a possible glitch or not, because it has been a while since that happened. Alright, second shot here, thorn. Plus 10% for this second shot. The first shot was also a plus 10% off the tee box. So for this shot right here, we're just going to use 3 bars of backspin, a little bit of left spin to kind of straighten out our ball guide. And then we're going to line this one up with the hole as best as we can. We're going to aim about 1 square short here with 3 backspin, as you can see. And then we're going to play our ring adjustment here. Plus 10% for the downhill nature of this shot. Hit it perfect. Comes in nicely, nice bounce, and we drop it. Very easy hole to get the eagle on. This will definitely be a hole that you'll see a lot of people dropping the eagle. Alright, hole number 6 is next, par 5. This is a tough hole to play for sure if you don't hit perfect off the tee box, which you're going to see in this example. So you're going to play plus 20% downhill, and that may have been part of my problems. I was probably only playing like plus 10% at this point on this hole. Plus 20% downhill, full topspin and left spin. And you want good topspin on this shot for sure. The less topspin you have, the more possibilities you have to do what I do here. You've really got to be very consistent with this drive for sure. And as you can see, I hit great to the right and I end up in the bunker. So as long as you don't do what I did and you're able to push up that second fairway, you have a really good chance. You have a really good chance at the eagle and a possible chance at the albatross. So basically what I did here is I just chipped out of the bunker to still give myself the second shot. So I prefer to play it to the left side. I'm a little bit farther back than normal here. So you're seeing I'm having to use a little bit of topspin, which is not something that I would prefer to use. I really just want to use enough spin to get up that left ridge and then fall back down to the hole. You're going to see here on this shot that it comes in a little bit too hot. And it's still gonna be okay, but it's just not the outcome that I was looking for at the time. Play is 0% here, no elevation change for this shot. So you see we get that big roll, and as you see there's that kind of that, not a funnel, but you have that nice slope on the back of the green that kind of really just kind of acts as a good backstop for your shot. So we still get that would be the eagle right there if I hadn't gone into the bunker. Chance at albatross. Hole number 7 is next. Par 4 here, definitely a good chance to get the eagle. I like playing this one to the left side. And you can play it with the big topper. You can also lay up short to the right side. And then play a long iron into the green from the right side. But here we're going to play with a power ball and our big topper to the left side. So basically we're outstretched in our shot here. This is going to be a pretty full overpower shot. We hit great to the right, which is okay. You kind of want to factor that in. Use a little bit of curl, and you see we bounce over and we roll out nicely, which puts us in good position for an eagle shot at the hole. So for our second shot here, we have the Thorn. We're going to use a little bit of backspin here, 2 bars of backspin. We're going to line this shot up with the hole just a little bit in front, about 1 square short. We're going to make our adjustment here for the shot and try to hit this one perfect. We do hit it perfect, and this one comes in very nicely, and it rolls into the hole for the eagle. Alright, hole number 8 here is next. This par 3 here in the rookie plays with a long iron at a plus 10% downhill. For the rookie, the best way to play this hole is to aim your shot in between the 2 shadows. I'm playing it with the Goliath. If you're playing with a backbone, depending on what kind of wind you have, you may need to use at least a quasar ball for this shot, just in order to have enough club. But with the Goliath, you're fine with just a power 1 ball. Or you're fine with a power 0 ball. But with backbone or Saturn, you may need to use at least a power 1. Hit this one perfect. Should be a very easy shot to dial in. We came really close to dropping it on that one. And it's just a shot where you need to figure out what spins work best with the wind. Alright, hole number 9 here. I'm actually using a video from the second tee. The only difference between the second tee and the first tee is the club that you will use off the tee box. Off the first tee, you can use a quarterback or even an extra mile, but it's all played pretty much the same way. You're trying to bounce off that little area right there to go as far up and left on the fairway as possible. What this does is it opens up a second shot with your big dog through the trees. That gives you a really good chance at getting the eagle. Now you want to stay as far to the left as possible because you do want to avoid being behind the tree like I am here. This is where having a power 3 ball comes in handy. If you don't have a power 3 ball, then this would definitely probably be a shot that you will not be able to do. I would like to aim in that gap, you know, to the right in there. But as you see, I have no ball line guide, which means my shot is being impeded by the tree. So we're going to have to use curl here on this shot. And just to get around this tree, we should go on with a little bit more power on this shot. As you're going to see, the ball does come in and does make it through the rough. But if we had used a little bit more power, our second bounce would have been on the fairway, and that would have rolled us a lot closer up to the green. So it would have been a little bit easier of a third chip. But you see here, we still have a good chance. Anytime you're in a situation like this, you want to go max topspin with your wedge. Straighten that ball guide out as best as you can, and then just play the shot. We have right to left side wind, so we're going to play this one, you know, towards the right edge, and make our adjustment here for the wind. So playing this one at min range here. We are going to hit it perfect, and we are going to drop it for the eagle. And that's the way I would play this hole in the rookie. So appreciate y'all being here. Hopefully this pre-tournament refresher video has helped you all prepare and get ready to practice this weekend for the upcoming City of Lights tournament. All right, y'all, take care. Check us out on Facebook, Golf Clash the 19th Hole. Check out my friend Gio Viviani on his channel, Golf Clash Italy, as well. You can also find Gio on his Facebook page using the name you see below in the picture.